Wanted to do this video on transportation. I've done some videos on Nikola. I've done some videos on Waymo and Uber. And I think a lot has changed as a result of this coronavirus. In fact, this morning I sold my Uber stock. And that's basically because I believe that there is going to be a reluctance on the behalf of the public to get into a ride-sharing situation, whether it's Waymo's taxi situation, because as I see the way Waymo is going, and which is Google, is they're going to create a taxi service with a driverless automobile. And you've probably done enough YouTube watching to understand they're using a different system than Tesla. Tesla uses a video recording system that goes into the cloud that basically creates a library of every situation a vehicle could get into, and then has the ability through artificial intelligence to tell that car how to react. Whereas Waymo uses a laser radar, and the radar and the car are making decisions, again, aided by artificial intelligence. And so I see that more as a taxi service with a driverless vehicle. And I think there is certainly a play for it. But right now, if it was available, no more than me getting in an airplane under the current situation, I wouldn't be getting into a Waymo taxi under the current situation. And I believe the only way that they could dispel that for me would be to provide my cell phone with the ability to prove that I don't have a communicable disease and no one else in that cab would have a communicable disease. And I just don't see our country, as much as I would love to see it happen, I don't see our country moving fast enough in that direction for me to get real excited about Uber bringing that sort of service to me through Waymo. So I sold my Uber stock today. The other thing I wanted to touch on is I'm not going to go into an analysis of the companies like a lot of people. If that's what you want to do, if that's what you need, please use other YouTubes. I'm just going to tell you what I'm going to do and how I'm going to invest. So I sold my Uber today. As it was, I believe in keeping my capital. The amount of, I keep a pretty sizable amount in cash. I'm building some houses. I'm doing some other things. And I want a fallback that if this market does collapse, like a lot of people seem to believe it is, that I've got plenty of cash to ride it out. So I don't go, at this point, everything invested. That being said, then, I want to talk about Tesla. I bought more. I sold my Uber and I bought Tesla today. And my thinking on that is, we've had 100 years of history with automobiles. Everything from moving down the dirt roads to building highways. And I think it's going to be real tough to get the individual to give up the cars. Now, if you're in a New York City or living downtown someplace, under those circumstances, yeah, taxis have created a place and will continue to. But I'm comfortable with a vehicle in my car or in my garage. And I honestly believe, I said I drive a BMW, a beautiful 535i BMW. The next car I'm going to get will probably be an electric car. If I had to do it today, it would be a Tesla. I think they're offering a product at a good price with good technology. I would be a little hampered by the ability to go under 300 miles, but I'd adjust to that. And I believe that in the future, Tesla will take me to 500 miles, and that pretty much provides the range that I would drive on a given day. Beyond that, I then want to look at Nikola. I did a video on Nikola. I really like their program. I like the idea of going to a zero emissions and using hydrogen. In further research, I came to realize that to get that hydrogen to the filling station, they have to create a hydrogen manufacturing facility at each and every filling station, which isn't a big deal, but it is expensive. That filling station is going to be critical to their program. And so I look at that and say that's far out into the future. That's further out into the future that I want to be involved in. I think it's also a high-risk situation. It's an unproven technology. And I look at where I want to invest in the big, and I need to start calling this the Big Six, because I got I was told to get out of the country and move to China, and I was a traitor because I was suggesting that you buy Chinese companies. I don't think I have ever said that you should buy the big three of China. So if you're of that opinion that I'm a traitor and I'm a turncoat and I belong in China, please, I'm not suggesting that. And it's not because I don't believe that Baidu, Tencent, and Alibaba are good companies. I just don't know what the political situation is going to be under our current administration and our future administration. And if I believe what Peter Zion tells me about the future of China, China's a temporary act. So I don't invest in those three companies, and I won't. But I also won't be investing in Nikola. So my take is today I'm buying Tesla. I'm holding Waymo in the form of Google. I sold Uber, and I will not be buying Nikola. And that's my take on it. I still believe and invest I invest in companies that are going to change the way I live. And I think the most important situation in my life in the last probably 10 years has been this Nikola virus. And I honestly believe that the way we live is going to be changed dramatically by that. I'm not going to get on an airplane, I'm not going to get on a ship, and I'm not going to get in an Uber or a taxi until the medical field and our government can prove to me that everybody that I'm going to come in contact does not have a communicable disease. Now, I know a lot of you don't believe that. I know that I have a brother who thinks this whole thing's a big hoax. I don't happen to believe that, and I'm not I run my life based on risk and reward, and the reward of getting into an Uber or getting into an airplane or getting on a cruise ship is not worth my life. And that's what I feel the risk factor is. And I will not, at this point in my life, risk my life. I'm having too good of a time. I'm enjoying myself. I'm even enjoying myself in this sequestering or this quarantine. I'm building houses. I met with two ladies yesterday who want to buy lots from me and then want me to build a house for them. I'm doing a YouTube channel. I'm not going to risk all that for a dinner in a restaurant or a ride in a taxi or a flight on an airplane. I'll drive my BMW or my wife's Porsche or my future Tesla, and I'm going to stay safe.